Hello everybody, this is Sofia and we are going to work on a trigonometric equation with multiple angles, a specific problem from our homework in pre-calculus in MyOpenMath or in the Online Homework Manager that asks us to solve an equation and find the two smallest values of x in the interval 0 to 2 pi, which is a requirement for a positive x, such that the cosine of the quantity 6.5x plus 7.5 equals 0.265. And my formula packet has the cosine of the most popular angles, which are multiples of 30 and 45, but 0.265 is not one of those. So I know that for this I'm going to need to use my calculator. So I'm looking to solve an equation cosine of theta equals 0.265. And I will do that by finding theta approximately as the inverse cosine of 0.265. And I will do that in my calculator. So I'm going to bring my calculator here and I'm entering the inverse cosine and it comes out to be approximately 74.6 degrees. Now, if I want to find this quantity in radians, I will either have my calculator in radian mode, but it doesn't help me understand how the angles look like, or I will just do it manually if I multiply by pi and divide by 180. And that will end up being 1.3 approximately radians. So when I draw this angle on the trigonometric circle, the 1.3 radians is approximately 75 degrees, somewhere here. And if I want to solve the equation for x, I will have to solve the equation 6.5x plus 7.5 equals approximately 1.3. Now to solve this equation, I have to subtract 7.5 and 1.3 minus 7.5 is a negative quantity, negative 6.2. So when I divide by 6.5 to find x, I'm going to end up with a negative x. But negative x is not a value in the interval that they are looking for, which means 1.3 radians or 74.6 degrees is a very small angle that cannot produce a positive x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the next largest angle, theta, that has this particular cosine. This will be symmetric with respect to the cosine axis, so some angle in quadrant 4. And this angle will equal to 360 degrees minus 74.6, which is 285.4 degrees. Now in radians, this will be 360 is 2 pi. So in radians, this will be 2 pi minus the 1.3 radians. And 2 pi minus 1.3 radians is approximately 4.98. So let's say 5.0. So if I want to solve now this equation for x, it will be 6.5x plus 7.5 equals approximately 5.0. But to solve this, I have to subtract again 7.5. I will end up with a negative quantity on the right side, negative 2.5, which again, when I try to solve for x, will result to a negative quantity for x, which is not in the interval from 0 to 2 pi. This means that as I check angles that have cosine equal to 0.265, the first two angles in the first circle are not large enough. So I'm going to keep going. So I will continue from here complete a full revolution and come back to a coterminal angle with the 74.6 degrees. And that angle will equal to 360 degrees plus 74.6 degrees. In radians, this would be 2 pi plus the 1.3. And 2 pi plus 1.3 is approximately 7.6 approximately. So when I want to solve this equation, 6x plus 7.5 equals approximately 7.6. When I subtract the 7.5, I will end up with a positive quantity on the right side, which means that when I divide by 6.5, I will end up with a positive quantity for x. So this will be my first smallest positive x value. Now, the 7.6 is an approximation, is not really the exact answer for the value of theta that works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this 7.6 with the expression that gives me the exact value. These are irrational quantities, so I just need the expression. The expression is 2 pi plus the 1.3, which is the radian measure of the approximate angle of 74.6, and I found the 74.6 by using the inverse cosine of 0.265. So 2 pi plus arc cosine of 0.265 is my angle. Subtract 7.5 and divide by 6.5. This will be the smallest positive value of x that will solve this equation. I'm looking now for the next largest angle that will have the same cosine. So I'm going to keep rotating here on my circle until I reach quadrant 4. In quadrant 4, this angle is approximately 2 circles minus 74.6, or in exact answer, in exact quantity, I guess in radians, 4 pi minus the approximate 1.3 that we found earlier. And that is equal to 4 pi minus approximately 1.3 comes to almost 11.3. And again, I'm going to solve my usual equation. So I will try 6.5x plus 7.5 equals this value, which is approximately 11.3. And to solve this, I will subtract 7.5 and I will divide by 6.5. Again, the 11.3 is actually not the exact answer. The expression that gives me the exact answer is 4 pi minus the radian measure of 1.3. The radian measure of 1.3 is the angle that has cosine 0.265. So this is approximately the 11.3. So to solve, I'm going to subtract 7.5 and I will divide by 6.5. And this is the second smallest value of x that satisfies the equation.